Greetings, everyone. So just to give a very minimally brief introduction, what we're going to do is we're going to watch both the official gameplay trailer and the deep dive that they put out on Steam for Starfield. So what that's going to mean is we're going to watch the trailer, I'm going to pause it maybe, but most likely it's just going to be that. I might talk over it a little bit, and then when we go into the deep dive, I'll be pausing it in between to make comments about stuff that I'm excited for. Both of them, it's my first time seeing both of them, so we'll just go ahead and start.
Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown.
Right.
The wonder is, not that the field of stars is so vast, but that we have measured it.
So this is, from my understanding, this is going to be one of the first releases Bethesda has done on their own as a company in a while. I think a lot of them were, yeah, like Skyrim, Fallout. But from what somebody else had told me, that they were underneath or working with other companies.
We're all here because we're committed to the biggest question of all.
Exploration of space?
What's out there?
Yeah. Dang, that looks peaceful. And super complex too. I wonder if all those readings actually have any value to them or if they're just display. Okay, so we're gonna get some creatures out of it.
Now.
And a city.
Part of our family.
Okay, well hold on.
Constellation now. Part of...
Right, so I'm gonna be honest, these characters look like big improvements, especially from what was games like Skyrim and Fallout. They're just visually seem a little bit better, at least from my opinion. Dang, that's a huge city. It looks really pretty.
We do not fully understand all that is at work here.
No finer group in the stars.
Okay, so does that mean that there is like the good aligned space explorer, and this one is going to be kind of
unraveling this mystery.
More, yeah, looks like more mercenary kind of feel. So whether you want to, is there like factions? Is that what this is trying to get across? That might be what they're trying to get us to understand.
I'll follow you from here on out, Captain.
You'll follow.
Grab jump is ready.
Whoa, hold on. What does that say? Does that say Stowage? Stowage. Okay, sorry. I just making sure I read that right.
I love this part.
Dang. That is pretty impressive, though.
These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking.
Something I am excited about is it looks like there's actually going to be kind of more of a story to it. I know it's not necessarily a fair comparison to put it up to, because Bethesda has much more of a much more of a backing financially from other publishers and massive games behind it, but it feels like it's kind of Bethesda's. It feels like maybe it says 25 years in the making, right? So yes, I feel like they've been working on it for a long time and finally have the technology to do it. But I also believe that No Man's Sky found out about Bethesda's project and was trying to beat them to the deadline of this massive open world RPG. So I kind of feel like it was Bethesda's been working on it for a long time, and I just feel like it's similar to No Man's Sky, but that's only because No Man's Sky came out before this. But I think the polish, the quality, the visuals, the likelihood of bugs is going to be way less in this Bethesda game than it would be for No Man's Sky.
Us to unravel.
Human settlements throughout the galaxy could be at risk.
Interesting. Okay, so there's going to be guns and grenades in this space one, which makes sense. That's fair. I just wasn't expecting grenades, and it is nice to see a health bar. I'm curious when we go into the deep dive, because this is just the trailer, right? So we'll see what happens when we go into the deep dive, which is going to be like 45 minutes long. I'm curious about I saw an option on the bottom when I'll hover over all of them, and I do want to kind of put a lot of effort into it because I already pre-purchased the game fully. So if you're looking for, I am going to provide an unbiased review, even though I purchased it, because I am going to say that's kind of disappointing or that's cool, because I'm able to separate it between like me. Oh, wait, whoa. Look at that. That's cool, because that means there's 2 bullets left. 1-0 reload. Katana. Okay. Yeah, I'm curious how the like open world leveling system is going to be. Is it going to be based off of your level and the universe just scales at your level? Because this is going to be, from my understanding, a solo player game, which is the way Bethesda games usually have been, except for I think with a few of the more recent Fallout versions and some mods for Skyrim to be able to play together.
We are...
Hold on. I need to look at that again. Okay, yeah, so if you look at this one, there's a spacer punk that's level 14. And then the one right next to him is 8. So why are the levels different from that? Oh, and also if you look really close, I don't know if we can do it a little bit slower. Let's do it like half speed. I know, that's weird sounding, I'm sorry. But like, if you look at the minimap right here, it's going to be kind of quick but when the transition happens, but when this one gets taken out, that little red dot disappears. Which, I mean, is the way it should be, but... Do you see that? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just... The quality of life, I mean, that's kind of expected now at this point, but still, you know.
We are not stopping. Whatever lies at the end of this road will change humanity.
Another thing is something they say in the deep dive, which we'll get to again, is that the planets in the background are not backdrops. They're not just part of the skybox painting. They're apparently things that you can travel to. So if it exists in the background of the sky, it's something you can go to.
Forever.
Okay.
This is where we belong.
It looked like there was a lot of story things happening. There was a woman in a fancy black dress. Okay. Sorry, my mouse is on the screen again. Give me a second, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, actually, no, we need it on so that way I can point at stuff. I'll just move it to the side. Yeah, so that's Starfield, September 6th? Yeah. Okay. And I'll be doing it on Steam, not Xbox. Yeah, so this is something that I do believe that I ordered not this one, but this one. And the main reason for that is 5 days early access. Actual playing time and the time depends on, yeah, okay, and outages, okay. So they're not saying you guarantee that, but this is the main reason why I pre-ordered it for this, because this is something that I really liked the concept of No Man's Sky, and to have it in a published form via Bethesda is going to be something that I'm actually quite looking forward to. And another huge reason is because the first story expansion is going to be included immediately. So that means that there's going to be more story content for us. I don't care about those two or the skins or anything else, but I am excited about being able to access more of the story right away. Just so you guys know, as like a disclaimer, I do have the game purchased already, or pre-purchased, so I wanted to make sure that it wasn't a completely distorted bias view for you. Let's go ahead and load up the other one.
Play it day one with X.
Okay, yeah, advertisement. Thank you. Great. If you're interested in doing your own research on it, I definitely suggest you also do Starfield game, because I don't want to push people into it, but I want to at least bring awareness that I think this is going to be a very incredible game. To be fair, we got the same promise from No Man's Sky, and then they completely destroyed the game. So at least at first, right? I don't know if it was. I don't know the whole controversy before that, but I know that they had promised things that didn't end up being implemented. Like they were trying to implement multiplayer at the time of launch for No Man. Anyway, that's not what this is about. So, give me a moment. All right, so now we've got the uh, deep dive gameplay here. Sorry, my cat's meowing at me. We got the welcome. Then we've got your quest as what your story is. We've got character creation, and honestly, I think this one's going to be one of my favorite portions. Skills is going to be a good one for me too. I'm curious about the concept of ships and companions as well. Space flight's going to be interesting. I'm curious how that's going to go. Chrono Mark Watch. I think that might be like an ad for. We'll see when we get to that. I might skip over that one and this one because it's going to make it seem. These two seem like they're going to be little ads. And then the exploration is something that a lot of people, as well as myself, are going to be interested in. And outposts look like home base and decoration, with combat being last and then a thank you at the end. So I just wanted to give a full, well-rounded thing there. I am going to try to. I'm gonna be kind of lazy about it, so I'm not gonna put my. You know what? If I really want this to be effective, we'll have put timestamps in. So I'll do my best to roughly put things in. It'll probably just be. It might even just be trailer and direct gameplay, because that way I can separate things out a little bit. Because we already have these, and you can kind of skip through the video to see where. Actually, well, let's just start this. All right, let's go with that. Okay, here we go. Yes, Xbox. Thank you. Bethesda Game Studios, right? And they got the little marker in the bottom right now. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Wait.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here, and that's thanks to all of you.
Yeah.
From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game.
Oh, cool.
What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do. And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but, well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look.
All right.
Starfield is our first
Initial observation again, right? The map/compass is super cool because it's got all the vital information there. It's got what looks like your ship location. It looks like it's got the light and dark portions, like the bright and dark sections of the planet you're on, the name of the planet you're on, and your oxygen and carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide. I don't remember. It's the CO2 levels. As well as I think that means north, right? It's so much information in a tiny little block.
First new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through, where you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities.
Now, something that I'm curious about is, are we actually going to be able to walk on top of the mountain ridges, or is it just going to be an invisible wall like Skyrim was? I hope with the ability to have such a large expanse, and even so, remember what I said about backdrop things? Like, that's a planet we could go to, or a moon, or whatever, right? Um, I like the way that the outfit looks. Like, you can tell from even like the little small little wrinkles and leather stuff.
But this time,
I don't
it's
know.
not just
It's
one world.
very nice.
It's over 1,000 worlds. Because the choice of where to go...
There's a person there. That's a person. Cool. Just
It's not ours. It's yours.
oh, cool. There's weather lightning effects. We've got the hazards, toxic. Does that just mean rain? Because it's not red. Curious.
And it wasn't until
I'm curious what this means too. This little blue marker.
now
Is
that we
that
had
your
the technology
Yeah, because right, that one would be ship, right? I really hope you already. It's
to
fine, anyway.
create it.
I hope I'm not ruining the experience by talking about my thought processes and giving additional perspectives. If you are, definitely just go watch this. If this is bothering you, please stop and go watch your own. Just watch it on your own. I think that'll be better for you. If I'm bothering you from stopping it
From
so
the
much.
rocks at your feet to the mountains in the distance.
Okay, yeah, that is the thing. Okay, so the rocks at your feet to the mountains in the distance. Meaning, like, this looks like that you can climb up all of that. I think they just made all-terrain walkable, because I believe we also have, like, jetpacks, based off of what I saw in the combat from the trailer that we watched already together. Remember when I slowed it down to, like, half speed to watch the guy disappear from the little red blip disappear? I think we, like, kind of slightly dashed in the air. So I'm curious about all that stuff when we get to
the
it.
people and creatures that live in these worlds.
So that means we got another city back there.
To the people and creatures that live.
And that means that there's going to be other ships that are just naturally going around. Dang, that grass is really, sorry, I don't know, visually
live in these
appealing.
worlds. That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually
Yeah,
there,
see, that's what I was telling you about earlier.
orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too. We realistically simulate the galaxy around you. Our next-generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere.
Okay, so that's cool. So all the lighting will be different based off of the environment you're in. Dang.
We also have an all-new animation system.
Okay, for what?
And of course, you can play it in third person,
Oh,
and you can play it in first person.
I'm probably going to switch
We
around
love
between the two
exploration
options
and rewarding it,
in my
but you do
playthrough.
explore differently in this game given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in.
Mm-hmm.
You can collect resources,
Okay, I do enjoy the scan option and like being able to kind of prepare your options and see which way you want to go. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's going to be nice to be like, hey, there's a structure and hey, there's a mine. Where do we want to go? I like the fact that there's choice options always based off of where you're going and what you want to
do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
And that's a huge thing too, right? The oh, hold on. Why is it like that? Let me see if it cuts off here. Give me a second. Oh, never mind. Okay, it's just being a butt. Give me a second. Oh, boom, bam. Good, it's fixed. Okay. Yeah. I said the nice thing is when your iron got picked up, right? It just said iron added when you destroyed it. You don't have to then go pick it up again off the ground. And the nice thing about this is you can tell that this is actual combat, like in the game footage. Gonna be honest, this is kind of giving me a little bit of Destiny 2, but like, I don't know, it seems better, in my opinion. Maybe all the enemies are going to be repetitive, but it seems like a lot of the creatures are unique, or at least they attempt to do a lot more creature types. Because Destiny and Destiny 2 seem to have basically like made one character model and had you fight thousands and hundreds of thousands of the same creature over and over again to save on asset creation. So this is going to be something that's going to be a lot more interesting. Yeah, see that was that little air dash that I was talking about, and I just can't. This is so useful, especially for people who don't want to like focus on that, and it's very like the information is right there. Right, you can see I have 7 bullets left. Interesting that it exploded on. Whoa, 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 whoa. You see that? There's achievements and titles and stuff. That's gonna be so much fun. And that's a ballistic weapon. I don't know what that means, but this is gonna be something that I'm gonna be very excited about once we end up starting to play. And it's not too long from now. Sorry, I'm yelling. I'm very excited.
We do love stuff, and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up.
I wonder if holding A would... That's the only thing, is like, I'm a hoarder when it comes to looting things, and then trying to sell stuff, depending on how frequently, like, hoarding items becomes important. Because in a space game like this, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of stuff that requires a lot of different types of materials. Especially since we know that there's going to be ship creation and base creation, so that's going to be interesting.
We do love stuff, and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up, and you can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub.
Okay, hold on. This is the hub for everything you're doing. So we've got certification skill points. Level, is that like, okay, so this must be like the faction you're in, how much health you have, your current active weapon, where you are. Well, they'll probably say more, right?
For everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory.
Oh, very nice.
We love to pack a ton of detail in every object, from all of your weapons to spacesuits to food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food.
Dang,
when you're done exploring,
really good.
You can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
And he can even say your name. Let's head out.
Now the question is, do we get to name our own character, which I'm sure will come up in character creation. But I'm curious, is it gonna say your name, Captain Kerfluffelbump? Like, if you decide to name your character Kerfluffelbump, is it gonna pronounce that on its own, as though you would put it into Google Translate or something? And then, yeah, I don't know. That'd be interesting.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration.
I think you accomplished that.
The romance of the golden age of early spaceflight. And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously, the NASA, which is the rigid.
They make a good point. Like, all of this seems feasible. It's not like an outlandish representation of the possibility of future in spaceflight, right? This seems capable. So NASA punk, yeah, that's a good
Hard
terminology.
function over style, and then punk, which is all about style.
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship. Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch, a bit of lo-fi rather than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty.
As it
What's the
should
plan,
be.
Captain?
This is your star map. It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big.
I love the gravitational aspect. I wonder if I know this is a chaotic thought process, but I wonder if you can fly into the sun and what happens if you do. It seems like it might just let you only go to these instead of free flying. I'm curious if they like let you fly between places or if it's more like fast traveling.
And it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy.
Dang.
Here you can plot a course to ones that are light years away.
Oh, good. Plot a course. Okay, hold on.
This is your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones. But for now, we'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
I appreciate how complex this is.
Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Oh, so that means contraband is a thing. So that means that there could be hostile reactions if you attempt to do things that are illegal on your ship. Okay. Presuming I have the time because I'm going to have a very busy academic schedule coming up when this is coming out.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
It's the biggest city we've ever made, not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art, crowds, and quests.
Very nice.
So the main focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story.
Yes,
we try and
good.
tell as many small stories as possible.
Yes, please.
Is a colony war memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
Good.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I...
So we're going to be doing like... I don't know what the word is. I believe it's more like research, intel gathering missions for the Constellation. It seems like they're trying to find maybe like the center of the universe or gathering minerals to discover some alien...
I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you.
Oh, okay.
The artifact, if you could place it on the table here.
Oh my god, look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation.
Oh, there's the woman who was dressed fancy that I mentioned in the trailer.
leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noelle, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege.
Nice.
And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the former space cowboy, and Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
Okay, sure. Yes.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on.
Which is something I'm
the Settled
excited about
Systems
too.
is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
Okay.
The United Colonies is where you'll find New Atlantis, the first major human settlement in space. The people who live here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
Yeah, why not?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United
Oh,
Colonies.
that's such a cool concept
The
for a
city of
monster.
Sidonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies.
Hours of
Beyond
that
the United Colonies' reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems.
Right.
This is Freestar Collective Space.
Ooh. Outlaw
The
version.
capital of the Freestar Collective
That's
is Aquila City.
awesome.
The stone route in
So yeah, there are multiple factions here in this kind of
is an Aquila
environment.
City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the settled systems as a pleasure city, where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Yeah, I'll take that job. It's fine. I mean, I have morality, but I also don't mind breaking those moralities in a game.
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
Everyone has been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
You got it.
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but
That's
these
also
areas are
exciting.
also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
Okay.
The great serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A
Red
new
Mile.
face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile?
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet.
So we got the Serpent, Red Mile, Crimson Fleet.
It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there, waiting for you. A slice of humanity's future.
So, ready to get out there?
I am. I'm also ready to see character creation. Best part of the game. I mean, the best part of the beginning of the game, at least.
Throughout the galaxy, there are so many things to see and stories to experience. But the most important story is the one that you tell. I'm the type of person who spends hours in character creation, and
I don't know about hours, but I definitely also spend a lot of time. But it's nice to hear that there's somebody who likes to spend a lot of time finally tuning and detailing their character, because I am really excited about
I think
this
people
too.
are going to be really excited when they see
There
all
you
of the
go.
improvements we've made.
Dang!
One of the biggest overhauls was done through our character generation system. We scanned a wide range of faces from
that's
different age groups
amazing.
and ethnicities. And by mixing and matching out that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
That's wonderful.
We use that exact system to create all of the characters and NPCs you're going to see in the game. So any character you see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Oh, that is cool.
Hey, come on, come on.
Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out.
Good.
You know
Love
who
that
you
joke.
are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets.
Dude, that's such a clever way of coming up with your character creation. Wait, does the...
And that'll be your starting point.
Okay, so the employee number on the bottom does not switch through things. Okay. Oh, there's gonna be traits at the end! Okay, cool. So it looks like you're basically pick from a preset, and then you alter the preset, which is okay.
Your journey from there can be as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
It's also the simplest character generation system we ever had. We let the player get as close as possible to make whatever they want. With the various facial morphs you can blend together, the dermesthetic and makeup, blemishes, scars, piercings, teeth settings, it's a lot. But I think it's the most fun to use.
Character creation is more than just how you look. This is also where you start to decide who you want to be.
Exactly.
That's where backgrounds come in.
Backgrounds! Okay, well, hold on.
Backgrounds
No.
can be- That's where
No. That was a lot of information. Hold on. What is this?
backgrounds
Okay.
come in.
Explorer. Personal laser weapons are widespread use across the settled systems. Specialized training in lasers. Advanced technology is one thing, but it takes skill, patience, and a little bit of love to coax even more capability out of the ship's grav drive. Okay, so yeah, that would do. So that looks like resource gathering, the ability to travel more effectively, and the scanning properly. Beast Hunter is interesting because we know that there's a lot of options for food. So they even made a chef option? Okay, hold on. So we have diplomat, persuasion. I might have to be... I might want to be a diplomat. Almost anyone with the right skill set can open and run a business. Yeah. The nuanced ability to listen, if you look at the persuasion, the nuanced ability to listen and discuss can often accomplish far more than simply shooting first and asking questions later. Yes! I want to be persuasive. Ooh, although cybernetist. Okay, so some of them have overlap. We got the lasers again at the end, which is fine, right? Security. While standardized digital locking mechanism is renowned for its security, any code can be broken with proper training. Okay, so you're able to quote a lockpick while also being able to use medicine. Interesting. So kind of well-rounded support.
Backgrounds give you a bit.
Theft, breaking into through security and stealth. Ooh. While undetected and kill with a silenced weapon is... oh, dang.
Bit of backstory.
Pistol certification, wellness. Yeah, okay.
And start you up.
Chef, okay, we've got... Close attacks with a melee weapon can often be deadlier than ranged combat. So effectively what it is you use your knife to cook and kill. Find just about anything, and their success is usually dependent on knowing where to look. So you get better stuff from chests when you loot. Okay. Brand new ingredients. There's almost no limit to the delicious food and drinks a talented chef can prepare.
With 3 basic skills.
From chef to dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is gonna come in handy.
True.
You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
We're also giving you the option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits.
Yes. Okay. That is... Okay, okay. Oh, man. Alien DNA, Dream Home. Okay, raised universal. Grew up as a member of... You gain access to a special full chest of items, but lose access to the house of the enlightened chest. Can't compete. So you're basically choosing an enlightened or universal as a religion.
Traits are completely optional.
Hold on.
Customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits.
Why would you ever turn down free benefits? I mean, I guess some people are going to be more interested in like hardcore runs of the game. Yeah, interesting.
Traits are complete.
Okay, so that's the exact same thing as universal, except it's reversed. Like you get a chest from there, but not the other one. I wonder if the employee number is actually going to change, or if that's like Bethesda numbers, like 1905 to 2009 kind of thing.
Completely optional.
You grew up on the main streets. You gain special access to special dialogue options and better rewards from missions on Neon. Crime bounty by other factions is greatly increased. Faction allegiance trait.
And they come with their own.
Your parents are alive and well, and you can visit them at their home, but you will automatically send 2% of your credits home to them every week. Okay, so that's for more of a role player one.
Own advantages.
Exerting yourself uses less oxygen when adventuring alone. Okay, so if you know you don't want that, then you can go by yourself, or you could do the other. I'm curious what the Dream Home one is.
And disadvantages.
I do appreciate that a trait is a dual thing. You've earned the attention of an annoying, adoring fan who will show up randomly and jabber at you incessantly. Plus, on the side, he'll join your ship's crew and give you gifts. Oh, interesting.
You could
hero worship.
Choose some. Meet your biggest fan.
By Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really, really you?
He'll join your crew and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with this constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you, breathing the same air.
I might do that. I don't think I'm going to, but I might do that just to annoy all of you. That would be fun.
I've got to have every molecule.
My favorite trait is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet, and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my god!
I came across some hostile zealots in space, but because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you.
I mean, that is a way to get higher XP if you're trying to do a combat run.
No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways.
Diplomat, I've got experience with these kind of situations.
For you to tell your
Cyber runner, why don't you cut a fellow runner a little slack?
Story. And if you
I wonder what
no
the
what
green,
choose,
red, and yellow
there'll be plenty
is.
of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
Oh, good. Okay.
We'll let you discover that on your own.
That was a lot of different options, and now we're in skills. Okay.
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin. We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills.
Okay, we're gonna go back and look at all the ones that they provide us. Okay.
Which can be used to unlock or...
In an age where robots and autonomous turrets are employed in a combat capacity, the study of robotics can be instrumental in gaining a tactical edge.
Rank up skills.
This again, and keep in mind this is all under the tech. So we've got physical, social, combat, science, and tech. Any pilot can haul cargo, but it takes specialized gaining maximum cargo space. So increase the ability to increase your storage. I might end up going social and science. To attempt to hack advanced locks, 2 auto attempts can be banked. Okay, so wait, this is one that you can get via your background. You get that badge unlocked automatically, and that's how you start off with some perks because they exist already for you, but probably only at rank 1. Did you pick to eliminate keys that aren't required to solve the puzzle? Interesting.
Ranks are unlocked by completing challenges.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, good. I didn't want it to just be, you get another experience point. Go unlock it. Like, now you actually have to... So that's what those progress things were. They weren't achievements. They're requirements to actually progress to the next level. Okay, so you unlock it with a skill point, but then do you need another skill point to rank it up? Or can you just do that?
Associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks.
Oh, you can force it in. Oh, that's interesting.
With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks.
Hold on, let's go back.
With our
slightly increased chance to recover from infections naturally. Dude, there's so many things to this. Companions gain affinity 15% faster. Hold on.
Work your way to higher ranks. With our 5 different skill
I was trying to see the other one.
Trees
That's okay.
And 4 ranks per skill. There's a lot to...
Oh. Dang, this is gonna be such a huge game with like incentives to actually do the things that you pick the perks for.
To choose from.
I like the xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Boost pack out of the gate. I'm boost packing everywhere.
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat. That one's a lot of fun.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player. So, I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie, and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits. Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
I'm more of a run and gun player. I like doing the death from above thing where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them. I like blowing stuff up.
Sorry, I'm just enthralled right now.
Exploration is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures. Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel believable.
That's important because in a game you want it to be, maybe not always, but at least to me, you want an environment to be like, I don't know how else to say it, but like believably real if you're going to be able to be scared of it at all. Like a lot of horror games to me are just like not that scary because they're not that real. Anyway, yeah.
From the way we approached planetary atmospheres
Right.
to the way we placed biomes based on the planet's distance from the sun.
Oh, that is
Once
clever.
we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at all the things that make that world fun. When you leave a planet and head into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space, and exploring derelict ships.
The real important thing is it looks like the game was definitely designed for controller, because all the times I can see controller things, it talks about left bumper, right bumper, and stuff like that. So
it's all out there. Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
Oh, that's cool. I love the concept that exploring a random area of the planet is just as likely to be lucrative as exploring the alley of a city, because there's probably, the developers probably had a lot of fun putting little small things in random corners over 25 years, right? That seems like they'll probably have some cool stuff to put in unique places.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do. You can buy a ship.
Okay. I'm just looking at the like ship system select, ship overhaul, value mass, unregistered.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize
cargo haul increases your ship's inventory space. Okay, cool. So you can make cargo ships, or, and I'm sure like adding cargo ships would reduce the speed.
And upgrade that ship. And hire a crew to keep it up and running. And it all starts in spaceports. Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Anything I can help you with?
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here. And you have 2 ways to do that.
Okay.
You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything, from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps. You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want. The parts you choose to build with don't just affect your ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship. You can have modules for crafting, or for storing and displaying your weapons.
Oh, wow.
Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers bring their own look and feel to every piece of your ship. From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms. Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals. The HMS Platypus, as I called it.
Very
where
nice.
It had like a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs. So it's really whatever your imagination is.
And while you can build your home among the stars the way you want to, you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Right. Because of the crew, yeah. Is this where we
Ready to lift
shift
off when you are, Captain.
companions? Yeah.
Engines ready.
The Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines. Eventually, some friendships might blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
Got any room on your ship for someone like me?
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run.
That's actually... Oh, or outpost. Or outpost. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
I agree.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams. And now, let's take to the sky.
We're putting you in the cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way. We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster. Powering up the grav drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump.
And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight. You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there. Unlocking the targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target.
Oh, that's super interesting. Yeah, like you can choose to target and knock out their shields.
After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap. But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel and boarding their ship.
Dude, that's so cool. Okay, so you could be like, it's not just external models. You might be able to board it and then it'll load it based off the modules that the ship has got. Okay.
Once you've taken control of an enemy ship, it's yours.
Dang.
Add it to your fleet and retrieve it at any spaceport. But space is way more than fighting for your life. Just like when you're planetside, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure.
Oh,
like
nice.
these massive star yards. Walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship, like the UC Vigilance. Or rub elbows with the galaxy's wealthy elite on a cruise ship fit for the stars.
Dude, that's so cool!
There are plenty of personal encounters to be had as well.
Yes.
You can hail any ship you come across to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Let's do this.
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm gonna board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all the sandwiches and put them, in my
I steal all the sandwiches.
my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero,
Good.
but I want to go out and just
sandwich
start
thief.
taking things from people as quickly as possible.
Dude, I get that. That's fine.
Some strangers might be looking for a little human connection.
Do you see how smooth that transition was?
It's possible.
Sandwich to planet.
Some
Wow.
strangers might be looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
That's me.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments are the ones you discover on your own.
Oh, this is making me love the game so much more.
The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures.
Heck yeah.
Then realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
Yep.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests, and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit. We want you to feel like explorers, breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly untouched galaxy. We want you to feel hopeful. We want you to feel this sense of awe and wonder.
I mean, I do.
And sometimes a little fear. We're
Dang.
giving you a massive playground and a ton of toys, and just setting you free.
That is the way a game should be, though. That's what I do as a dungeon master for the games like the Curse of Strahd one that's coming up in 2025. I'm just giving them the playground to do what they want and interacting with them as they choose to do whatever it is they choose to do.
Hey everybody, we've shown you so much stuff, but we thought we'd just take a little break and show you something a little bit different. You know, we put so much...
Sorry, I'm gonna skip those two. I think that's just
In every one of our
advertisements.
games, we
I'm sorry.
always put so much care into all those little details that breathe life into our worlds. But Starfield isn't just a Bethesda Game Studios world, it's a Bethesda Game Studios galaxy. So why go this big with Starfield?
Good question.
Because we want to give you freedom on a galactic level. The freedom to experience both the exciting planets and the quiet ones. Scanning a planet before you land is a great way to get a sneak peek at the available resources you can use for crafting, building, and customizing.
I think what's cool about this whole system that we generate the planet itself as a procedural content, but the handcrafted content itself comes as the player explore. Our system builds a planet as the player approaches it. We stitch together a block of terrain. After that, we have the system that adds interesting locations for the player to explore, creatures to encounter, ore and plants to pick up. It allows us to add that touch of environmental storytelling that Bethesda is known for.
Aggressive creatures have been disrupting our experiments. Their habitat isn't far from here. If you could take care of them for us, we would be in your debt.
So even if your friends were to visit the same planet that you had, you would have a different story to tell.
True, yeah. Finishing it off with a little strike.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet. Whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way, or simply take in the views.
Yeah.
With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters, we wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
That is something I'm very excited about in this game. Is the visual aspect and the lighting and yeah. Ooh, the bioluminescent mushrooms in the underground.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp. Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet. And the habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is. And then when you're on your feet, you can really decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
Yeah. good. Ooh, that's so pretty.
Add crafting and research stations in your outpost to utilize any resources you find or already.
When I think that they've run out of things like, oh, you can customize that. Oh, that's another cool thing you can do. Bam, here's more.
Yeah.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor. You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
Yeah, that's what it should be though.
With Starfield, we've completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic, the animations are more fluid. It just feels great.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying. Zero-gravity environments pose a different challenge. Firing a ballistic weapon in zero-G will actually push you backwards. Energy weapons, on the other hand, offer a more stable shooting experience.
We also have mag weapons.
That's such a nice, small little detail. Like in zero-gravity environments, when it causes a propulsion, like the bullet is shot from it, it pushes you back just a little bit. Like if you noticed in the thing, it wasn't a far pushback. It was just a little pushback, but still. Small.
These are high-powered electromagnetic induction ballistic arrays. Each barrel has its own targeting laser and can dish out some serious damage. Whether you want to get up close and personal with your own two fists, or you like more compact weapons like pistols and submachine guns, or maybe you prefer something bigger. Starfield's got you covered.
I really love all the environments too. Dad, well, you hopped up on my lap. Okay. There they go. Oh. Magic.
Thanks again for being with us today. We are just so grateful that you've taken the time and spent it here.
Yeah.
I know there was probably a lot to take in. There's a lot to the game, even more than we could show here. You know, as we play it, we're always sharing these unique and special moments that only a game like this can bring. When I think about what makes it special, it really is the people here.
Good.
This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it. All of them putting something special of themselves into it. So let's hear some of their favorite moments.
Oh, that's so good.
I love the way that our final combination of all the new tech has come together to create some of the most beautiful sunsets and sunrises we've ever had in any of our games.
I love the creatures, the exploration, every biome is different. The word that comes to mind is vast.
I like to use our photo mode to take rock star photos.
I just love that constant feel of discovery and wow, I can't believe that there's more here.
I'm most excited about our outpost building systems.
My favorite part is every time you step out on a planet, it's a unique experience.
You spend all this time building your ship, and you see it on the landing pad. These things are gigantic. It's the kind of thing that you just can't get anywhere else.
There's something about seeing a tower over in the distance and going, I know the gravity's low here. I think I can make that jump.
My favorite part is biomes, spaceships,
audio design,
planets, the day-night cycle.
Those details matter to me.
Diplomacy, exploration, freedom, the ending.
Basco.
Diplomacy, exploration, and freedom. Those are I agree with. Also, the fact that there's an ending.
Obviously.
I
is
love
satisfying.
the robot so much.
The incredible amount of worlds we created.
Sniper rifles, come on.
Lever action, rocket launcher.
Brain sprout. I love, but some people might find creepy. I don't know. I know it's right, Ben. The thing that I enjoy most about the game is the freedom to be who you want to be, do what you want to do. It's what you've come to expect from a Bethesda title, but on a much bigger scale.
On behalf of all of us, we can't wait for you to play Starfield and make your own special moments.
Let's go. Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
Amazing, yeah. I'm very excited about this. Much more so now than I was. Alright. Well, let's pause it there. Yeah, I'd say that's a good point to end, but I'm very excited about this game now. Feel free to join into the Discord if you wanted to talk about it more. I'm probably gonna end up, I don't think streaming it, but I definitely think that I'd like to do longer form videos, like maybe an hour to 2 hours at a time instead of just one, because I am gonna get so involved in it, and it's just gonna be interesting. And you know that the first episode is just gonna be like a character creation. Character creation intro, and maybe introducing yourself around the ship, because it seems like you're going to be some kind of like miner to get you through the tutorial of mining properly and scanning for resources, just so that way you can be out on your own. But yeah, I hope you guys are all doing good, and I will see you guys in the future. I mean, I don't know when I'll see you next. I mean, I guess I do know when I'll see you next. Tomorrow, because I have daily stuff for the next 2 years. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I do plan on playing this game as soon as it becomes early released. So I know I'm going to be competing with a large amount of other individuals who are going to be playing it too. So watch who you want to watch. Don't watch me if you don't want to. I think that there's going to be other people who are going to be a bit more entertaining, and if you're curious about my playstyle and you're still listening all this way up into an hour and roughly 20 minutes in, I think it's probably going to be science, primarily social first, then science and exploration, maybe some tech, but I don't think I'm going to be focused too much on the combat or physical skill tree. It depends on which ones are available. We'll have to see when we go through character creation. Anyway, that's all I have to say for now, and yeah, goodbye everyone.